She was holding a bottle of pills with 3 minutes left to live when God interrupted everything with a wrong number. If you think that's crazy, wait till you hear what happened next. She was 3 minutes away from ending it all when God showed up in the most unexpected way. Right now, someone watching this is in the deepest pain of their life. You feel alone. You feel forgotten. You're wondering if God even sees you. But I'm about to share 3 real stories that will prove to you that God doesn't just show up after the storm. He meets you in the middle of it. Psalm 23 verse 4 says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Notice it doesn't say God removes the valley. It says he walks through it with you. And that changes everything. Let me tell you about Sarah. She's a single mom from Atlanta. 3 years ago, she lost her job, her apartment, and custody of her kids all in the same month. She told me she sat in her car in a Walmart parking lot with a bottle of pills, ready to give up. But before she opened that bottle, her phone rang. It was a wrong number, some elderly woman looking for her daughter. But instead of hanging up, that woman said, "Honey, you sound troubled. Can I pray for you?" Sarah broke down. This stranger prayed for 20 minutes. She had no idea what Sarah was about to do, but God knew. That woman said words Sarah needed to hear. God hasn't brought you this far to leave you now. Sarah didn't take those pills. She checked herself into a shelter, started rebuilding, and today she runs a nonprofit helping other single mothers. She told me, God didn't send an angel. He sent a wrong number. That's when I knew he was paying attention to every detail of my pain. Isaiah 43 verse 2 promises, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you." God doesn't promise to remove the water. He promises to be in the water with you. Now, pause for a second. I want you to think about your situation right now. What if God is already orchestrating your breakthrough and you just can't see it yet? Let me introduce you to Marcus, ex-military veteran who came home with severe PTSD. He couldn't sleep, couldn't hold a job. His marriage was falling apart. He told me he'd wake up every night at 3 a.m. in cold sweats, reliving combat scenarios. One night, at his absolute lowest, he screamed at God, "If you're real, I need you to prove it right now." He said within 5 minutes, there was a knock on his door. At 3 a.m., it was his neighbor, an elderly Korean war vet who never spoke to anyone. The man said, "I don't know why, but God woke me up and told me to check on you." That neighbor sat with Marcus until sunrise. Didn't preach, didn't judge, just sat there. 2 warriors in silence. Share this if someone needs to see it. Marcus said that was the night everything shifted. That neighbor became his accountability partner, got him into therapy, helped him fight his marriage. Today, Marcus and his wife have been married 15 years, and they counsel other military families. He told me something powerful. God didn't take away my PTSD overnight, but he sent someone who understood my pain. God met me in my 3 a.m. moment. Here's what I need you to understand. God's rescue doesn't always look like what you expect. Sometimes it's not a miracle. Sometimes it's a person. Sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes it's a song on the radio, but it's always him. Comment Amen if you believe God sees you. Last story. Angela was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer at 32 years old. Doctors gave her 6 months. She had 2 young daughters and a husband who was terrified. She told me the pain wasn't just physical, it was the emotional agony of knowing she might not see her girls grow up. She said she cried out to God one night, "I don't need you to heal me, I just need to know you're here." That night, her 5-year-old daughter crawled into bed with her and said, "Mommy, I had a dream. Jesus said he's holding your hand and you don't have to be scared." Angela said she felt a peace she can't even explain, not because the cancer was gone, but because God spoke through her daughter's innocence. Here's the miracle. Angela has been cancer-free for 7 years now, but she said the real miracle happened that night when God met her in her fear through her daughter's voice. She said, "I learned that God doesn't waste our pain. He transforms it into purpose." 2 Corinthians 1 verse 3 through 4 calls him the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Listen to me. If you're in pain right now, if you're broken, if you're wondering where God is, I promise you He's closer than you think. He's in the unexpected phone call. He's in the friend who texts at just the right time. He's in the strength you find when you thought you had none left. Your pain has a purpose. Your story isn't over, and the God who met Sarah, Marcus, and Angela in their darkest moments is the same God who's about to meet you in yours. If these testimonies touched your heart, hit that like button right now. Drop a comment and tell me what you're believing God for. And subscribe because we're sharing real stories of real faith every single week. You are not alone. God sees you, and your breakthrough is coming.